Hi, it's Jane with Scraptastic Yarns podcast. Ignore my sweater up there. I just realized it's sticking straight up. But today is still Friday, but I'm going to film part of this. Actually, I'm going to film all of it for tomorrow's Vlogust, because tomorrow, of course, is our normal Go Get Grocery Day, and the rest of the students will be in, and it will be hairy. And I'm sure both my husband and I will have our grumpy pants on. So, yeah, we'll be exhausted by the time we get home mentally. This morning, after I left you with the one video, normally would be our day to quilt, but instead of quilting today, there was a senior expo that was put on by quite a few vendors and our state representative, Stephanie Borowitz, which it was great to go out and meet her and talk with her. And of course, I told you about our group going out together, that there were 5 of us actually that had purchased pants at Walmart off a clearance rack that were striped. And we had someone who made a sign. The sign said Seniors, Mill Hall, Walmart Clearance Ladies. And we pointed that out to Stephanie, and so Stephanie came in and got a picture with us. We weren't able to get any additional pictures, but that's okay. I mean, she was busy doing what, the schmoozing that she needed to do and everything. But in this event, when you walked in, you signed in, and it was you were putting your name into a basket for potential door prices all the way through. All the vendors had different door prices. And after you signed in and put your ticket in the basket, then they handed you a little sticker, little ticket, and the ticket was so that you could go up to the commission. There is it's called the 4 C's. It is run by a group that teaches a lot of developmentally disabled some kitchen skills, selling skills, and serving skills. So they man the kitchen, but the deal was that you give them the ticket, you would get a drink of your choice, a hot dog, and some chips. So, and that was for after you went into the vending area. I did not videotape because I was pushing the wheelchair for one of our ladies who, she normally uses a walker, but to be able to walk that amount through the gymnasium to see the vendors, she would not be able to do it. So what we did is I got a wheelchair and I pushed her around, and we filled our little bags because they handed us a bag from UPMC. You've seen the purple bag before. It's the same purple bag. Got another one, which, it's great for carrying projects, yarn, those kind of things. But as you go through, they have the typical little knickknacks you can pick up here and there, candy here and there, those kind of things. But I was impressed with UPMC because they have a little Sudoku book that they handed out to where you can go in and fill out the Sudoku, along with pens and more bags. I have another bag down here at the bottom. It's bright pink. It's from Humana. It's just like the purple UPMC bag, but it has Happy Mail in it, which I'm going to show you later. But, they have the typical things. You go through and get notepads, a gazillion pens. And then, of course, I like this. One of the caregivers groups had these nice little notebooks that has the pen and then paper pad. So I've got about 90 pins, 20 pads. But this is my favorite item of all that I was able to get throughout the little expo. These are jar openers. You cannot find these jar openers in grocery stores. You used to be able to find them left and right. Now it gets harder and harder. So I tell you, go to these senior expos. You never know what you're going to get. You might get a lot of pins. You might get a lot of pads. You might get a lot of things you can use. But I like these. These can be cut down in smaller sizes to be used if you do cross stitch or if you do any kind of sewing, hand sewing where you can't get the needle quite all the way through. You can use a small piece of this to help pull that needle through. And of course they had the usual chip clips. I'm not going to show you those. They had the little pill strip containers. They were given away. You could get one item. There was one table that you'd take one of those, and my friend needed another set of 3. She uses 3 each day. So I'd asked her which color did she want, and she went to grab 3, and the woman said, no, it's only 1 apiece. That's all I have for, to hand out. I said, okay, no problem. You take mine. I don't need it. I've got a couple anyway, so I didn't need it. Very next table had a different colored pill container, so I grabbed that for her. So she had her new 3 ones. She had one that she's been using for 20 years, and she said she'd like to change it out because she could never figure out how to get it clean enough. And I told her, I said, because I know she doesn't have a dishwasher. So if you know somebody that has a dishwasher, just stick it in the dishwasher with the plastics. That should work. Other than that, I told her, I said, I'd just take a rag and wipe out each one of mine. Because, yeah, it gets crusty after a while. You have a lot of those powders off the pill, which many times is flour. That's what they use on the conveyor belt to keep the pills moving. Yeah. That and cornstarch, I think, is one of the other things that they use. But I'm going to insert a picture of the pants pattern so you can see the pants that we all got that were a lot alike. Here. Now, as well as pens, pads, those kind of things you could get there at the expo. Many times our expos, they give out, each vendor gives out a door prize. I did win a door prize, and one of those door prizes was a water bottle along with, one of those cups that has the fork attached to it on the outside, and the lid has a smaller thing that you can put your dressing in. You can snap it all together. Then when you're ready to eat your salad, you just pour your dressing in, put the lid on, shake it, and you've got the fork on the outside to eat. So I won a booby prize, if you will. Doesn't bother me. I'll take it. And the other thing is, we have a local dental clinic that anyone can use that is low cost, low fee, and they were there to represent. They handed out so many goodies. They had denture brushes. Along with the denture brushes, you could also get polygrip. You could also get your tablets and a denture cup, which we have one girl that's been looking for denture cups at the Dollar Tree. And because that's where she liked getting them, she couldn't find any. So we each got her a denture cup. So she got a couple of denture cups and a couple of pads. And they had floss and toothbrushes, toothpaste, a regular one and one for sensitive teeth, and some biotin samples that for those of you that have dry mouth. And one of our ladies has chronic dry mouth, so we got her a sample of that. I asked her, do you want me to get a sample so you can have an additional? So that's what we did. You know, old people are sneaky like that. We'll load each other up, whether they need it or not. So it was an interesting thing. Afterwards, you know, after we got our hot dogs and our little chips and stuff, we went at a table. And there is a group there at this was at the Lock Haven Senior Center area. It's a community center that houses Head Start, Step Agency, social workers, a lot of different places like that. But there's a group of ladies that are there every day that knit and crochet. So we were talking with them. We know them because quite a few of them come to Prayer Shawl. So I was picking their brains about different yarns for Prayer Shawl, where to get, those kind of things. So we're having a good time talking and teasing each other. So we did sit and crochet, knit a little bit, and then we all went on our merry way. It was a great day. So it was a little different, a little fun today to do something different. Then I stopped at Dollar Tree because they had their Halloween stuff in. And I did get a sugar skull to go on the door. The gal at the checkout was asking me, and a new sugar skull scarf. I have one that's done in the turquoise color. They had them in pink this time as well. So I got a new pink one. And of course, you know, they have the school supplies in, so I needed a couple of things there. But the gal, as I was checking out, asked me if I looked at the backpack, that they actually have a sugar skull backpack. And I had looked through them and didn't see one. She said, well, I've got more in the back. So she said, I'm going to put those out Monday. I don't know if I'll get them out this weekend, but she's going to get them out Monday. So I thought after church on Sunday, I'll stop and see if they've got any in. And of course, as I'm walking by, I saw kittens with yarn. So it automatically went in my bag. And there was a lady standing there that I know from, you know, some of the bingo. She laughed. She goes, that is the bad thing about the Dollar Tree. You go in, you're planning on getting 3 things, you walk out with 27. Well, I made it out with 18. I did need to get some of those bags. They're the plastic bags that come in the set with the 3s. You have large, extra large, and XX large. I did need some of the large to put projects together in. So that's what I was there for. Okay. That is all. I'm chatty. Let's get to the Happy Mail. Now this first one comes from Pam Rivers, and it feels like yarn. Well, not yarn, fabric. I might be pleasantly surprised. Oh no, it's fabric. Oh my. Let's look at the card first. says thanks. Oh, thank you. This is Pam of Pamela's Creations. I'm going to go ahead and read it, Pam. Here is some material for you and your friend. It is a blessing for me to watch your channel. You put a smile on my face. God bless. Thank you, Pam. Thank you for this material. I'm already seeing stuff I like. We have red, white, and blue. It looks like unicorns. Fat quarters. Now you know I'm going to open one up to see. Oh, good grief. They don't want us into it. Oh my goodness. Got them upside down. Look at how cute. I have never seen fat quarters like that. Those are adorable. And there is, oh, this is pretty. I have seen this. I think Billy has shown some of this. With the Eiffel Tower and the birds. Love. Oh man. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at those bunnies. Oh my gosh, those are adorable. Pam, you've got some great fabrics. And those are unicorns as well. Those are adorable. And llamas. And then some plain ones. Oh my. We'll get to that in a minute. And some pretty pinks. I love Waverly fabrics. Those are some great fabrics. And kitty cats. Nope. Puppies. Kitty cats and puppies. Yes? Yes. Kitty cats, puppies, and sewing machines. Adorable. Oh my. Thank you, Pam. Thank you so much. My friend Bonnie is going to love having some of these turned into pouches. I have also told her that she needs to come up with a size to carry some extra supplies, like a small little pouch bag, and that I would make her a pouch bag to carry those things in. Stitch markers. Look at those angels. Now my friend is not a crafter, so she will not get any stitch markers. But look at these earrings. I think she'll love getting a pair of the earrings too. I think I'll include those. I have 2 sets of these that I planned on turning into stitch markers for me. So I'm going to include that for my friend. And I think I'll include a one of the angels on the little pouch bag that I make for her. It can be used as a zipper pull maybe. Thank you, Pam. Thank you. And this next one came from Brill of the Dabbling Hook. And I have no idea what this is. I was not expecting anything from her. So I'm wondering if this is the carousel. But I had signed up for Rose Likes Crochet carousel box. And I think, well, I'm going to look first before I show you guys. And if it is the carousel box, we're done. Because I can't show you everything that's in it. But I can pick and choose what I want. Yes, this is the carousel box. So, you guys are going to have to wait to see what I got out of the carousel box. And that is it so far for items. Happy Mail. It's been a great day. And I'm hoping that the smile, I can carry it through all day Saturday. Get in the Zen mood all day for Saturday to deal with the parents and the children and all their getting everything and wanting to split it 17 different ways. Maybe I'll do Tai Chi in the store. You never know, I might do that. It might get me calm. That is it, other than to show you another nice big bag from Humana, which means when I go to Scraps and Skeins, I now have 3 big bags to take with me to choose yarn from. Which kind of brings me to another subject. When I was talking with the ladies that knit and crochet there, who are also members of the prayer shawl, we had talked about how sometimes folks will make things and they're not big enough. And I'll give you an example. Scarves that are about this big, that are meant for adults, and they are not like cows or gators. They are meant to be scarves. Yes, we do hand out to some children, but generally we are handing out to adults, teenagers, older groups. There are organizations that work with children in this area, so we leave that to them to do that, because we try not to step on other people's toes. It kind of made me start thinking, many times when we're making things and we think it's a scarf is long enough, we need to remember if it will not fit around us, it will not fit around another adult. If that is the intention that you're giving for an adult. So we are working on coming up with, and I say we because I've asked several of the ladies, for some kind of guidelines, to give you guidelines for hat sizes, those kind of things, scarf lengths, those kind of things, so that people have a bit of a guideline to use for, is that scarf really big enough for a teenager? Is it really big enough for an adult? Just because we have gotten some really short things to which other people have taken, set aside, added things to it to make it longer. And they shouldn't have to do that. I mean, those kind of things. It's not that we don't appreciate those ladies bringing those things in, working on them. But I do know there are some people, and I have one lady who, when she works, she thinks that that's long enough for an adult. So, and she has done that in the past, and I've asked her, put it around your neck, is that big enough for you? Then she laughs, she goes, well, I guess it's not. So then she'll move on, make it bigger. So some people don't realize, that scarves do need to be a little bit longer than what we think they should be. So we're just working on some guidelines. And I thought, I cannot remember who it was, because I have watched so many videos. When I'm sitting here knitting, crocheting, I'm watching video after video. But someone had put Rhoda's Rhonda over at Ombakwa's guides for hat sizes. And that's a great guide to download, to print off. She does have a little tab up there for print friendly so that you can print that off completely. Put it in your little notebooks. I do use notebooks for hat patterns that I have hat patterns in. I have shawl patterns, baby sweaters, those kind of things, because those are things that I keep returning to. And I used to keep them in files cabinets, but I got rid of the file cabinets. So now I have them in notebooks on some bookshelves that my husband and I generally collect a lot of books. I have in the past, as I said, collected many books on writing, W-R-I-T-I-N-G, fiction, ways to kill people. Don't look at me like that. I love mysteries. That was what I was writing. So, we've gradually been getting rid of those books. I have been sending them up to a writers group that I was part of so that they can get firsthand, so they don't have to purchase books, because they shouldn't have to purchase if I've got a book that they can use. And other than that, we've been getting rid of those books little by little so that I have room for my massive pattern collection. It's like yarn. It multiplies during the night when I'm sleeping. I'm pretty sure of that. But, yeah. So, when you're making an item, you really need to think about the recipient that you're giving it to, and if it is really appropriate, and if it is going to fit them. That's all I'm going to say on that subject. And that's about it. I'll see you again, maybe Sunday, maybe not till Monday. Anyway, have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye.